South Carolina, the Lady Gamecocks, 36-0. That is a program record. They are the 13th team to go into the Final Four undefeated. Only nine of them, I thought 9 of them have won a national championship. They could become the 10th, 36-0. They were losing the first quarter to Maryland. Ari, your women's Terps played their asses off. They were hitting three-pointers. It didn't matter. Just too big a team, too much talent. And they don't take a lot of three-pointers, South Carolina. I watched a lot of that game. I did not see Vodtek. Blackbeard, congrats on Vodtek's first ever Final Four. So the Final Four is set. You have Caitlin Clark versus Aaliyah Boston, who had a double-double and, 22-10, 5 or 6 steals. I mean, she did everything. Wait, what? I wrote it down. Yeah, she had a hell of a game. Yeah, 5 steals. And South Carolina is going to play Caitlin Clark, and the other game is going to be Vodtek versus LSU. None of the other teams have won a national title. South Carolina is going for their 3rd. This is their 6th Final Four. LSU in their 6th. They have won none, and Iowa their 2nd, first since 93, and Vodtek, as I said, their 1st. Vodtek was a 1 seed, and everybody was like, oh, well, you know, they came, they saw they conquered, and they beat the Dump yesterday, who played them tough, but Vodtek beat the Dump. So the Dump made the Elite Eight, and they beat UNC in a game UNC should have won, but I'm not going to go there. So we have the women's Final Four set. I'm pretty psyched about that. And yeah, I was watching the game. I saw them down. I was like, holy shit, they're down the first. It was close in the second. And they actually gave up a 3-pointer before halftime, and Dawn Staley was pissed off. And I always feel as a coach that was something that would piss me off too. You know, you're playing great, you're up by 10, and you gave up a sloppy play where you kind of let your guard down. Team gets a basket, and boom, you know, momentum. It's all about momentum, but they kept it up the second half, and they were up by 18, and they won by 12. I mean, Maryland never really went away, and that's that. So we'll see that. That's on Friday, Sunday where is the women's Final Four this year? You know what? That's the one thing I did not look up. The women's Final Four is, their 3rd straight Final Four, but that's what, I think it's in Dallas. Is it in women's Final Four location? Women's Final Four is going to be in, it doesn't say where it is. I really would like to know where it is. Location. Location. It's always about me, location. Where is women's Final Four? Big Ten. No, that's not a Final Four location. Oh my God. Just give me a goddamn. Yes, Dallas, American Airlines Arena. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. No, women's, I said, you fucking idiots, not the men's. Oh, God. Dallas, Texas. And I love that Taurasi and Sue Bird are going to be doing their, Manning cast because, you know, they're more interesting to me than, I love the Manning brothers too, but I think Taurasi and Bird could have their own show and I'd watch it every day. They just blunt, no bullshit. They have their cups, have a little drinks, whatever, and best of luck. It's going to be fun. It's not going to be a bumpy ride. It's going to be a good ride. And yeah, I put a picture up because I don't think the women get enough respect. I also read something in Sportico about them breaking off and the women getting their own media deal because they said right now they're getting $35 million. They could get $100 million, but they feel that, I know the women want to go their own way, but kind of packaging it with the men, they can get even more money because, you know, you're selling both products. And yeah, I mean, they're showing that tickets or sales are, I mean, they have a real Final Four. I think it's bullshit that the men, they're saying, oh, because Houston got knocked out and Bama got knocked out. It's still the Final Four and anything can happen. And they said ticket sales went down and all that stuff. But I think that it could be a fantastic Final Four because it's been such a crazy tournament so far that who's to say that San Diego State or Florida Atlantic isn't going to become the national champion. And that would be crazy. I think Florida Atlantic winning it all would be nuts. I mean, your national champions could be Florida Atlantic and change that school forever. I mean, obviously the kids are going to apply to a school now. Money's going to come in from the donors and everything. I almost said groupies, donors, and we're going to see what happens. It's going to be interesting, very, very interesting. And Maddie Siegrist declares for the WNBA draft, went to a Sweet 16. I thought she was